Early this month, President Uhuru Kenyatta announced the entry of Kenya into the exclusive club of oil exporting nations. This follows a deal by UK-based Chinese oil dealer ChemChina to buy Kenyan's maiden 200,000 barrels of crude oil from oil miner Tullow Oil at a cost of 1.2 billion shillings. The Chinese firm, which is the oil trading arm of ChemChina Petrochemical, is engaged in crude oil trading, storage and procurement of the commodity.
We are hoping to do between 6 and 7 cargoes of 200,000 barrels, again, just to see what kind of value we can get on shipping, we may combine some of those cargoes to provide 400,000 to 500,000 barrels per shipment, rather than doing smaller shipments. In fact, the current one, from what I understand, could be as high as 250,000 barrels of shipment.
Petroleum Principal Secretary Andrew Kamau says the lifting of Kenyan oil is expected to be accelerated once the construction of the Lamu Lokichar oil pipeline is complete in 2023. Kamau further says the trucking of crude oil to the port of Mombasa will proceed even as the construction of the pipeline continues.
The pipeline has a tariff, it has a known rate of return, so that one is more a debt. It's a very simple project finance thing. So we're going to form a pipeline company, which the government will be a shareholder. And we will go to the banks and we will just borrow money purely on a project finance basis on that one. It's more straightforward. So it's one project, but there are two different kinds of funding on that one.
Tullow Oil is in discussion with financiers and expects to close the crude oil pipeline construction deal by May next year.
We're targeting close to 80,000 barrels of oil a day. You know the price, or you have a sense of the price today. I think even working the numbers, the revenue gets you to about 1,500 billion shillings, which I think you relate to what coffee does, tea does, tourism does in terms of revenue to the country, then it's actually up that scale. So what you are actually doing here is opening up a totally new and exploited sector that does not cannibalize those that are existing. So this is big. I think the potential future is
the company has so far invested 200 billion shillings in the exploration activities in the Lokichar Basin and plans to pump another 300 billion shillings in the next 3 years to develop exploration and piping infrastructure.
The oil pilot scheme helps us in this element as well, to create confidence from the lenders that you actually have oil. It's good quality oil, it has a good price. So when you do your economic modeling, the lenders can also refine their economic modeling, and therefore accessing funding becomes a lot easier, courtesy of the earlier pilot scheme.
ChemChina managed to outbid 7 other competitors drawn from Europe and Asia who were angling for the Kenyan oil.